Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and today we're doing a prediction type video to see who we think is going to have a titles this upcoming year. So we obviously got the world title, which would be the WWE, and like I always call it the heavyweight title. I think it's just called, I don't even know what they just call the championship. It's not the undisputed. I guess the other one's the undisputed, and that one's the WWE. I don't know. And then we obviously got the mid card titles, which would be the IC title and the US title, tag team titles, the NXT, just all of them all together, and then none. So we're gonna decide here. I think there's gonna be some different changes, different champions next year, and let's jump into it. So obviously we got Rizzo right off the bat. I honestly like Rizzo's wrestling abilities. We obviously just don't get to see it as her being a manager, and she's coming off injury, so I'm gonna have to put her in none for the time being. AJ Lee, I think like the perfect time would have had her beat Becky. I don't know if they're just kind of like waiting or she's like clearing up her schedule to maybe go on a little bit more full time run. I mean, she's coming back every once in a while, so not really somebody you would want to put a title on, but I think she does deserve the look. I feel like she could really do something with the IC title and do, you know, just some great work for the roster. So I guess wishful thinking, I want to put her in there. I don't think she should be the one that takes it off Maxine, but if Becky takes it off Maxine or something, or somebody else takes it off Maxine, maybe AJ Lee should be the next one up. Alba Fire, unfortunately for her, she's just kind of stuck in the vortex of being like hired help. And with Piper Niven either being hurt or not on the roster anytime soon, I don't think tag team titles will be anything for her. So I'm going to sadly put her on the nope. Alexa Bliss, I could definitely see be hovering around the title picture. I think like with her and Charlotte Flair, they need to have that breakup at some point, and I think one of them or the other one could be a champion. I think with like Jade Cargill's title right now, it's very soft over there. That I think anybody who gets some momentum could possibly be in that picture. So I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss possibly doing there. Ariana Grace, I don't think they really use her in that type of way to be in the title picture. If she does, it'll be some type of fluke deal type, just kind of like they were doing it for story. Asuka's an interesting one because I do think she should be in the running to, possibly take out Stephanie. I think she would be a very good opponent for her. But I don't know how much of that is just wishful thinking or how much they see her as more of a tag team wrestler with Kairi Sane right now. I could definitely see both, but I do want her in that area. So for wishful thinking, I'm going to put her as a possible world title winner. BFAB, I could possibly see her maybe getting in there and winning the U.S. title. I don't see anything higher than that. Tag team titles with her and Meacham, I feel like were attainable maybe last year, but they kind of stopped doing that. I'm gonna go with my gut here. I'm gonna say probably not. I just don't think they view her in that way, and it makes no sense. She kind of, either should be out there being a manager 24/7 with like the Street Profits, or let her just wrestle 24/7. I think this half and half ends up not working out for her. Next up is Bailey. I could definitely see Bailey and Lyra winning the tag team titles. They just don't put enough respect on Bailey to give her that opportunity to do anything too crazy. So I'm gonna put tag team titles. I definitely could see her and Lyra being in there. Becky Lynch, I think, is going to be working around the world title picture for the majority of the year, but I don't think she wins it. I do think she possibly could win the IC title back, so I'm gonna try to put her there. Bianca Belair, I think, should be the person they strap a rocket to and let her go get a world championship. It should be she should dethrone Jade at WrestleMania. She can come back and they can get this figured out. If we're for her either winning the Elimination Chamber or the Royal Rumble, so that would be my pick. So I'm gonna put her up in the world title for sure. Brinley Reese, I think, is hurt. She's on Evolve right now, which I don't really put anywhere down here. So I'm gonna put none because I don't think there's, maybe other than the Evolve title, I don't think there's gonna be anything down here. Candice LeRae, I'm gonna also put down there. The Speed Championship, I think, is the most they're gonna give her. Unfortunately, she has had really good matches in the Indies and stuff, but for WWE related, I don't think they have the same level that they should be. So that makes it kind of sad, but it's unfortunately the truth here. Then we're gonna put Kylie Bright down here in none. Again, more in the Evolve side of things. She could very possibly win the Evolve title, but we're not really talking about that to a certain point. So I think none is where it is. Charlotte Flair, I think, is going to be up towards the world title picture. I could definitely see her winning one this year. especially with Alexa Bliss, being rivals and stuff. I think there could definitely be something there. She could possibly also take it off Jade Cargill at WrestleMania because they've been teasing it for a little bit. Chelsea Green, she is currently the U.S. champion, but I don't think she does anything else after that, um, title wise. I mean, she's the mixed tag match champion in AAA. I think they probably hold on to that a little bit longer. But I'm gonna go with just that she has the mid card title now, so she kind of fits in that area. But I think she just drops it, and I don't think they go back to her. Fallon Headley, I think currently is the Speed champion, so I guess I'll put her in the NXT vein. I could see her holding on to that for a decent chunk of time, but other than that, I don't think anything else. North American title she's had once, so they could possibly re-up that, but I don't know. I think with the women's division currently that like that secondary title is so close to the top that I think they weren't going to use her in that spot. Then we got Julia. She should be a world champion, but how they did with the U.S. title, I can't really see much. I think she's going to take the title off of Chelsea Green, so I'll put a mid card title. I don't know, man. I really don't know what to tell you on that one because Julia is just amazing, and I don't know what they're doing with her. Ivy Nile, I don't think they're going to pull the trigger on her anytime soon, unfortunately. Io Sky should always be in the world title picture. I'm going to put her up there. I don't think she's going to win. You know what? Actually, I'm going to hedge my bet. I do think she's going to win the tag team titles. I think they win at this upcoming debut Netflix thing. So I'm gonna put her there. Unless that match just completely dissolves into like a DQ finish, I don't see I don't see them winning that one, or like not winning that one. I think they win no matter what if that match ends up being clean. Then we got Izzy Dame. I'm gonna be honest. I do see her possibly winning that North American title this year. I could possibly see her even winning the NXT title off of Jace. I've seen the path is that way, so I think they could definitely do that. Jace currently is a champion. I think she's going to stay champion for a little bit, but I think she should drop it and go to the main roster whenever they're ready for her. Keeping her back on NXT after she drops the title, it just seems kind of pointless. Jade Cargill, like I said, current champions. I guess I would say she's going to be a world champion because I think she'll go into the new year at least with it. Just because there's no shows really left for that, but I don't know what they did with her. It's just not it for me. I'm a big Jade Cargill fan, but man, this title reign has not been it. Jada Parker, they just never give her the spot. I'm gonna go no on that one. Jordan Grace, I'm gonna go with NXT champion. Now the problem with that is I really do think she should be called up. I don't think they gave her the title, and I don't think there's any opportunities that she really needs to take. But if they keep her on NXT, she should definitely win it. So hopefully there. Next one is Kairi Sane. This is going to be just a complete. This is for me. This is my way of putting this out in the world. But I want her to win the IC title this year. I don't think they're gonna ever let her. Unfortunately, it's stupid. But she should have a solo run when they ever do decide if they give Asuka a solo run this year. She should be doing her own side gig and getting some type of thing because she has just good work, and they really should reward her at some point to do something great like that. Carmen Petrovic is kind of down to evolve, so I don't think anything in NXT. Kalani Jordan, I could definitely see winning the NXT championship today, or like this year. She's had plenty of shots, and she won the TNA title, so I could definitely see her possibly in there. Kendall Gray, honestly, another one that's like with my own gut. She's had such a rise in the last couple months that like she faces Jace at New Year's Eve for the title. There is a very good possibility and a very smart idea to have her beat Jace there and be title champion. I would run with it. The stocks and everything that you could say is behind that. James just being a manager is going to be no. Laney Reed could possibly be in that speed type thing, but I don't really think she's going to be a champion this year. Lash Legend, I do think they're going to maybe be tag team champions. I think they're going to be up there. Her and Nia Jax, I think will win this year. Liv Morgan, I think will be a world champion. I think she wins the Royal Rumble, and I think she takes the title off of whoever she challenges. It just depends on who she challenges and where she challenges. She's either the Royal Rumble winner or the Elimination Chamber winner. I mean, I think that's almost guaranteed, unless she has something that spawns out of nowhere to take her, aside. If she like they do the Judgment Day breakup instead, I could see them, delaying that. But I think Liv Morgan was already on that trajectory to get another world title opportunity before she got hurt. Uh, Lola Vice, honestly, I just feel like they always pass her up, so I'm just gonna have to pass her up too. I don't think she gets that opportunity. Maybe something in AAA like the women's championship in there, but definitely not in anything in WWE. Lyra honestly should be in the world title picture. I don't think they're gonna have her in there, but I think her and Bailey do win the tag team titles at some point and actually have a run at least a little bit. If I book the women's tag division here, this year, I would have them swapping with all these power teams like every 2 to 3 months and have that title swap like 5 times this next year, maybe 6 times, and just have these like red hot feuds with the people in between and make that tag division something great. Mariah May, I do think is going to win a championship probably fairly soon. Obviously, she just got the botch that cost her a championship. I think they're going to right that wrong and put her in somewhere else because honestly, she deserves it because it's not her fault. She didn't lose that championship. That was just completely just a fluke deal. Maxine Dupree, I guess we'll put her up in the mid card title because she currently has one. I don't think she holds on to it for super long. I'd be really surprised if she makes it past WrestleMania. Meacham, I'm gonna go with no. They've just teased it so much, and I don't think there's anything in there. Naomi, I think she could be back by the end of the year, but I'm not really sure. I'm gonna go with none, but I'm kind of cautious on that because I have a feeling she should come back and do something when she comes back. I just don't know how long it's gonna take her to come back because I don't think she's even had her baby yet. I think she's still pregnant. Then we have Natalia. They're never going to give anything to her, unfortunately. Nikki Bella, I think they were probably going to pull the trigger on her at some point, but I think with the fan reaction, I think it's kind of been no. Nikki Cross, no, she's part of the thing. Piper Nevin's kind of hurt still. Raquel Rodriguez, unless they let them have the tag team titles, which I'm going to probably put there, I think that's the only way she gets that push. Her versus Liv at some point, I think will be what the really big match for her next year is, but other than that, there's not much. Rhea Ripley, I'm gonna put in the tag team division. I think her and Io win it, so that's guaranteed. I don't think she won't be a part of the world title picture also at some point, but I think a nice title run between like January to WrestleMania season would be ideal for the two. Roxanne Perez, I would also put in the tag division. I think she should win there. If they really want to give her what she deserves, she should be the Intercontinental title holder at some point. I think that would be the most ideal situation for her, especially in that Judgment Day like kind of like Civil War type thing. That's when she should slide in there and have a little bit of a singles push. Soul, honestly, she just fought Chelsea Green for the U.S. title. Other than it being a pre-taped NXT, I would have said that would have been the call to just do something crazy like that, and that's her main roster thing. I 100% believe she should ask for a rematch on SmackDown, defeat Chelsea Green, and then do a U.S. Open challenge for the women on there. I think that would be chef's kiss. So I'm putting it up there. I'm trying to will it into existence. The likelihood of it happening is probably like less than a percent, but there's still a chance. Stephanie Vicor, obviously world champion already. I think she probably holds on to it till WrestleMania at this point. Tana Paxley, I think they should give her another opportunity in NXT. That title reign was kind of BS, and I think they should do something else, but it's going to be a little bit. Thea Hill, obviously a champion right now because of the botch, so we'll put her in there. Tiffany Stratton is an interesting person because I feel like she had the title for so long and they just kind of put her away. I just see her doing like side quest all year. I want to say no. Trish Stratus, no. Um, uh, Armstrong, I could see winning the North American title. I think it would be a smart idea if they really want LFG to be successful. They really need to put a title on her. I mean, she could also possibly win the speed title, so I think she has some type of gold on her. Wendy Chu, part of Evolve. I could see her winning the Evolve Championship, but I don't see her much more than that. Ren Sinclair, this is going to be hard for me, but I'm going to have to put her down and no. I'm a big Ren supporter, but I just don't see them giving her the call. Same thing with Zarya, unfortunately. I just think that they, out of the big free agents that they had, Zarya's gotten the short end of the stick every single time. She's in a great storyline that could really pay off her and Soul, but I don't think we're going to get the payoff that we want, and definitely not on Zarya's thing. Selena Vega, I think is going to be no, and Zoe Stark's still been hurt, so I'm gonna go with no. I don't think she's gonna be back anytime soon. But and when she does, I don't think she was on that trajectory to win a championship. So those are my predictions for the 2026 year. Tell me what you guys think. If there's anything wrong. Obviously, some of this is just based off of my own brain. I just realized Nia Jax isn't on this list because I would have put her in the tag team thing. I guess it's not completely complete. I'm trying to think if there's anybody off the top of my head that like is clearly missing here. Yeah, I'll just have to apologize to somebody else. But until next time, this has been Japan. Bye, guys.